afternoon and welcome to Oscar Adams Gymnasium. Jason Liggett with you on the Tigers Media Network, Urbana Public Television. We appreciate you tuning in this afternoon as your Urbana Tigers play host to the Peoria Manual Rams. And we are set for tip-off here at Judge Green Court and possession to the Urbana Tigers. Tigers able to launch one up and knock down the three to get the early lead, 3-0 over the winless Peoria Manual Lady Rams here early on this season. They're 0-4. 0-1 in the conference for the Rams, where the Tigers are 1-3, 0-1 in the conference. The Tigers coming off a tough loss to Normal West. This past Thursday, they lost that one 60-24. In fact, they've lost 3 in a row here. Their first game of the season was a victory over Rantoul back on November 18th. They won that one 66-45, followed by losses to St. Teresa, Prairie Central, and the aforementioned Normal West. Up overhead there for Raven Russell. Nothing going for the Tigers on that one. It will be Urbana ball underneath the hoop, and set to inbound it is Cheyenne Scott. Scott gets it to the top of the key, and Russell dribbles in. Nice floater and one there for Raven Russell, the senior at Urbana High School. Tigers now up 5-2, 7:17 left here in the first. And a three-point play the old-fashioned way there for Russell. Tanaya Mack handling the ball here for the Lady Rams, and she gets stopped there by the Urbana Tigers. That's Soraya Townsend Cooper blocking that layup attempt. She does step out of bounds, though, so it's going to be Lady Rams ball underneath their own basket. They get it to the top of the key, and a long three-point attempt. No good. Not going there for the Lady Rams. That attempt from number 3, Malaya Williams, and going to be Urbana ball here. Urbana, of course, in the white home jerseys, orange lettering, black trim. The Lady Rams in charcoal jerseys here with orange lettering. A little bit lighter orange than the Tiger orange that we're accustomed to here at Judge Green Court. Tigers out front by 4 here early on in the first quarter. It's a 6-2 ball game. They move it around the three-point line, and quick release there, air ball. And going to be 2 shots there. I think the foul is going to go against Urbana's Scott. And 0 for 2 from the line on that trip. Here come the Tigers. They kick it ahead to the corner, dribbling down the baseline, throwing up, but a little too far underneath the hoop. And the Lady Rams answering right back here, and blocked by the Tigers. So some good defensive play so far from Urbana early on in this one. And we see an air ball. It will be Urbana basketball. Cheyenne Scott set to inbound this one with pressure. And going for the steal there are the Lady Rams. We'll see if Urbana can maintain it. Here comes Cheyenne Scott and the Tigers. She gets across the half-court line. She's going all the way with the layup and one. Cheyenne Scott making it happen early on in this one. Scott with 5 of Urbana's 8 points here in the first quarter. Can't get the free throw, and that one bounces out to an advantageous layup for the Lady Rams. And three-point shot goes in for Peoria Manual. So now a one-point ball game with 5:39 left to play in here in the first. Urbana answers right back with a quick layup, and it's a 10-7 game now. Tanaya Mack kicks it over to the far side, and a big block there from number 14, Raven Russell. Tigers answer right back, quick release. Cheyenne Scott looking to come up with this one. She's battling, but Peoria Manual kicks it out front. 1-on-3 situation. She throws up the shot and not able to get it, but she's battling for that rebound. Loose ball and diving to the floor there for the Tigers is number 10, Soraya Townsend Cooper, sophomore at Urbana High School. So a frantic pace here on both sides of the ball at times. Slowed down a little bit here by the Lady Rams. They're not had too much success hitting any shots here early on, but Urbana a little bit sloppy with the ball, and the Rams able to get the ball right back here with 4:33 left to play in the first, and Tigers up by 3, 10-7 at Oscar Adams Gymnasium. Good effort there from Elena Scott. Able to knock that ball loose, but will be out of bounds. Oh, it is going to be out of bounds on Peoria Manual. So it's Urbana basketball here. Cheyenne Scott set to inbound it on the sideline. Maboyo Meta back, and that's who she's trying to get it to, but she finds number 5 in Elena Scott. She kicks it back out to Cheyenne. Urbana sets up their offense. Cheyenne with some good moves there, drives all the way in, not able to get it. Urbana with the rebound. And a tough in and out situation there. Good rebounding effort from number 15, Gabriel Maboyo Meta. Even she thought that one was going in. She started to run away, and it popped right back out. So tough go over there for the Tigers. Malaya Williams out front for the Lady Rams now. She drives down the middle, and Urbana's able to take that one away. Here comes Raven Russell. Russell dribbling all the way, and that ball gets loose and out of bounds on the Tigers. So going to be Peoria Manual ball here. And now the Lady Rams going to take the ball out of bounds on the near sideline. As you can hear their coach yell, "Let's move." She wants some offensive motion here and see if they're going to give it to her. One pass, one shot, no good, and here come the Tigers. Going to be Urbana ball here, right in front of the bench of Peoria Manual. Cheyenne Scott set to inbound it. She gets it to Elena Scott. And Elena Scott's called for the travel. Mack up front with the ball. She kicks it to the near side and finds Brownlee. Mack over to the far side, and tough to handle there for number 2, Mariana Williams. Williams is trapped. Urbana's going to come up with that ball, and they do just that. They get it ahead to Cheyenne Scott. And I think they might call a jump ball here, or I think that's what they're calling. Jump ball and possession arrow in favor of the Lady Rams. Chris Menig going to bring in a sub. He's bringing in number 11, Kinsey Bostic. And having a seat there is number 5, Eliana Scott. So Bostic in the game now, senior at Urbana High School. Of course, you'll recognize her name. She a driving force of the Urbana High School volleyball team this season and the past few seasons. And there's Raven Russell with the steal, and they're racing out of it, and she goes crashing into the door over there. It's going to be Peoria manual ball. 2:27 left to play. The Tigers up by 3. It's a 10-7 ball game. Jason Liggett with you on the Tigers Media Network. We appreciate our camera operator, Andrew Scolari, with us today, bringing you all the action here on Urbana Public Television. Peoria Manual setting up their offense. They kick it to the far side, and then back up top, they find Malaya Williams. Go for the three-point shot, and a foul is going to be called there on the Tigers. That one's going to be on Gabriel Maboyo-Meta. And inbounding this one is Amiria Brownlee. Mack with a sloppy pass, and coming up with it is Raven Russell. She finds, no good. Raven Russell rips down the rebound and is called for the travel. So Tigers get a little bit of a breakaway there as Raven Russell found Gabriel Maboyo-Meta. Meta misses the layup, and that ball comes back out. Russell rebounded it, but took a couple steps while doing so. Driving into the lane and throwing up a wild one there is Tanaya Mack. And another offensive rebound for Lady Rams. And they've had a lot of second chance opportunities here. Thankfully for the Urbana Tigers, they've been unable to capitalize on them. Nothing going for the Lady Rams. 10-7 ball game. Scott pulls up, and it's good from downtown. Cheyenne Scott with 8 points in the game, leading scorer on both sides of the ball. Just under a minute left to play here in the first. The Tigers up by 6. It's a 13-7 ball game. There was a whistle there. The three-point shot was good. I think they just forgot to start the clock there. So 44 seconds to go. Scott inbounding this one, and that'll come up with it. So going to be Peoria manual ball on their side of the court. 43 seconds left to play in the first. Tigers do have a 4-point lead, so that three-point shot that we were questioning earlier ends up being a 2-pointer. Foot was on the line. So 13-9 ball game. And driving into traffic is number 2, Mariana Williams for the Lady Rams. Going to be Urbana basketball here. Cheyenne Scott going to inbound it. And she gets it over to Soraya Townsend-Cooper. Townsend-Cooper setting up Urbana's offense. 22 seconds left, and she's called for the travel. For more information on the Urbana High School athletic program, you can follow them on Twitter at AthleticsUrbana. I'll give you updated scores. At Twitter account ran by Urbana High School Athletic Director Steve Waller. Just under 5 seconds to play, and I'm not too sure Peoria Manual realizes it. Mack throws up a long three at the buzzer, and no good, off the backboard and out of the rim. So the Tigers up by 4 at the end of one. It's a 13-9 ball game as we get ready for the second quarter here at Judge Green Court. Jason Liggett with you on the Tigers Media Network. Congratulations to the Urbana High School boys basketball team. They were in action last night, victorious over Normal West on the road, a 57-47 win for the Tigers. So congratulations to Coach Verdell Jones and his team. They started the season on the road at the Tournament of Champions tournament over in Peoria. That was their first conference win, as their first conference game against Normal West, so hopefully that trend continues. They will be in action against Centennial, crosstown rivalry game coming up this Tuesday, December 10th, and we'll have their game next Friday, December 13th, as they square off against Peoria Manual, the boys basketball team. So Chris Menning talks things over during the break with his Lady Tigers as we get set for the second quarter. Tigers up by 4, 13-9. Peoria Manual starts off with the ball as Brownlee tosses it over to Mack. Mack now finds number 2, Mariana Williams. And the Tigers clamping down on defense. Almost get away with it. Here comes Mack. Misses the layup, and coming down with the rebound is Kinsey Bostic for the Tigers. And Bostic's going to inbound this one. And she gets it over to Soraya Townsend Cooper. Townsend Cooper now dribbling up court. She gets across half court. And another whistle. So foul against the Tigers. Mariana Williams from the line and breaks the first one. She makes the second one, so 1 for 2 from the line from Williams. And going to be Peoria Manual's ball. There's Matt, kicks it over to the near side. Three-point shot, not going to fall for Brownlee. And that'll be out of bounds on Peoria Manual. Going to be Tigers basketball, and Bostic set to inbound this one. That one's intercepted by Peoria Manual as they continue to press here, and the Tigers don't have a viable answer for it yet. Bostic pulls that one down, and another whistle. Going to be a timeout, Urbana, and Coach Chris Menig does not look very happy, explaining what he wants done during the inbound process. Tigers still up by 3. It's a 13-10 ball game here in the second. 7:09 left to play. And I imagine after that timeout, the Tigers have a plan to get this ball into play here. Eliana Scott set to inbound this one, and she finds the open player, and the Tigers are moving now. Dribbling down court is Tamaya Johnson. Johnson from the corner gets that one rejected by the Rams. Urbana looking to rebound again, and number 33 for the Tigers fighting for that one. That's Zanira Edwards. So good effort there by Edwards, and a couple of subs coming in here for Coach Chris Menig. Eliana Scott and Tamaya Johnson gonna grab a seat here. And it's Urbana basketball. So Cheyenne Scott set to inbound this one. She gets it to Townsend Cooper. Townsend back to Scott from the corner. No good. Big offensive rebound there by Bostic. Bostic gets that pass intercepted, and here comes the Peoria Manual Rams led by Mack. Mack pulls up. Short layup jumper and draws the foul. So Tanaya Mack headed to the line. The sophomore point guard for Peoria Manual. First one is good to make it a 2-point game. It's 13-11. And getting a rest for Peoria Manual is Nakia Boyd Anderson. Mack 1 for 2 from the line, but she gets that pass. So some good defense early on here by Peoria Manual. Luckily for the Tigers, they haven't been able to convert it into any points as they throw that one out of bounds, and it's Urbana basketball. And the Lady Rams continue to frustrate Urbana as they try to inbound the ball. They get it in that time to Bostic. Bostic passes it over to number 10, and then they find Cheyenne Scott. Cheyenne Scott with a fake, throws it up, and no good. Perhaps a little off balance, just not enough mustard on that shot. And it's going to be Peoria Manual basketball. Boyd Anderson coming into the game for the Rams, giving Jocelyn Humbles a rest. Tigers doing a good job of keeping that ball out of the lane here from Peoria Manual as the crowd starts to come alive. Cheyenne Scott with the rebound, and it's going to be Urbana basketball. She was knocked out of bounds there, but by another player, so Kinsey Bostic set to inbound this one on the baseline for the Tigers. 5:41 left to play in the second. It's a 2-point game. Urbana's on top, 13-11. They get it inbounds to Cheyenne Scott, and Scott behind the back gets it past half court. Scott with some good footwork, and she draws the foul. So Scott will be at the line for 2. And Scott knocks down the second one. She's in double digits, leading all scorers with 10 points. And it's a 15-11 game now in favor of the Tigers. Those are the first 2 points of the second quarter for Urbana. Big block there by Scott, and they get it up, but then it is rejected by Peoria Manual. It's Tanaya Mack with the ball for the Rams. She takes it up top, slows things down. They're going to play at their own pace here. Mack over to Williams. Williams back to Mack, and Mack kicks it to the far side, only to take it back at the top of the key. Some penetration there, but she's called for traveling. That's number 10, Amira Brownlee. Bostic's inbounding this one, and it gets swatted away by number 21 for Peoria Manual. That one goes to Cheyenne Scott, and she's going to take the ball up the court. Scott kicks it out to Bostic at the top of the key. Bostic goes to penetrate, and foul there called on the Rams. Big rebound there from Urbana Zaneria Edwards, but it gets swatted away. That's number 23, Nakaya Boyd Anderson for Peoria Manual. She's called for the foul. It's her second foul on the game, and Edwards at the line for the Tigers. Bostic rips down the rebound for the Tigers, gets it to Scott at the top of the key. Key and Scott dribbling down and gets that one blocked. Matt kicks it to the far corner, and that one's up and good. Brownlee gets the three-pointer. Scott fires one up of her own, and that one goes in. Cheyenne Scott, 13 points on the game. That's her second three-pointer. Extends Urbana's lead back to 5. It's 19-14, 3:44 left here in the second quarter. Bostic rips that one down for the Tigers. They get ahead to Scott. Scott on her way into the basket and rips down her own offensive rebound, goes back up and draws the foul. And looks like that one is going on number 23, Boyd Anderson. Once again, that's her third foul of the game. Scott gets both of those to go. Urbana's largest lead of the afternoon at 7, 21-14, 3:10 left to play here in the first half. Jason Liggett with you on the Tigers Media Network alongside Andrew Scolari, our camera operator for the afternoon. We appreciate you tuning in on Urbana Public Television. And there's a three-pointer not going, and battle for the rebound going to be Urbana basketball, as that one is called out of bounds on number 21 for the Lady Rams. Bostic set to inbound this one, and there is pressure from Peoria Manual. They get it into Cheyenne Scott, and Scott advances that ball. Here come the Tigers into Raven Russell, and Russell throws it down. So Raven Russell with 5 points on the afternoon, and the Tigers' lead is growing. It's now at 9, a 23-14 ball game. 2:41 left to play here in the first half. Congratulations to the Urbana Middle School girls basketball team, regional champs. They had a 43-29 victory over Jefferson. So best of luck to Urbana Middle School girls basketball as they head to sectionals now. Good to see success at a younger level as well. Hopefully those girls will come up to the high school in no time at all, and we'll be calling the action right here at Judge Green Court. For more information on Urbana High School athletics, you can visit their website. It's il.8to18.com/Urbana. You can find the rosters and team schedules for not only the sports going on this winter, but you can look ahead to spring and even next fall. That's il.8to18.com/Urbana. So Tigers up by 9. They want to continue to close out this first half strong as they finally start to get some buckets to go and play a cleaner game of basketball here midway through the second quarter. Tanaya Mack, the sophomore point guard, bringing it up the court and passes it over to number 11 for the Peoria Manual Rams. And Brownlee's out top with it now. They try to get it back, but that one is intercepted. Nice pass there. Good bounce pass there from Raven Russell to find Soraya Townsend Cooper, but it's broken up by the Peoria Manual Rams. Cheyenne Scott gets it inbounds, and there's Townsend Cooper. Airballs that one. Good defensive play there by Kinsey Bostic. She knocks that one out of play, so it will be Peoria Manual Rams ball with 1:43 left here in the first half. And into the game is Zenario Williams, and she commits the foul right away. Cheyenne Scott advances this ball to Raven Russell. Raven Russell with the give and go and gets the bucket there. And Peoria Manual answers right back to get it back to a 7-point ball game. Tigers on top 25-18. Here's Cheyenne Scott. Pace picking up a little bit. Some good movement there. Unable to get the bucket. That one bounces out of bounds, but it is out of bounds on Peoria Manual. It will be Urbana basketball underneath their own hoop. Scott set to inbound it. She tries to find Raven Russell out top, and she does. There's Russell. Slowly and methodically, she gets that one taken away, unfortunately. Tries to get it right back. It almost does. Looks like they're going to call that one on Russell. So Raven Russell picking up her first foul of the afternoon, and headed to the line is Tanaya Mack for Peoria Manual. Mack knocks it down. And that one rolls out. Rebound goes to Urbana. Here comes Cheyenne Scott and the Tigers, and it's swatted away by Brownlee. Will be Urbana basketball. Scott trying to find the open person and tries to get it into Bostic. That one swatted away and kicked out of bounds by Peoria Manual, so it will be Urbana basketball here. No. They reversed that. Not Urbana basketball. Far side referee came over and said, nope, that one's out of bounds on Urbana, so Peoria Manual now with the ball underneath their own hoop. Kicks it out to the three-pointer, and that's an air ball into the hands of Cheyenne Scott. Scott throws up one and draws the foul. So Scott will be headed to the line. She's already got 15 points on the afternoon. That's just in the first half. Still 47 seconds left to play in this one. She gets that one to roll in. So 2 for 2 on that trip to the foul line, and Cheyenne Scott has 17. And the Tigers up by 8 now. It's a 27-19 ball game, and another quick whistle there. I think this one's going on Urbana. And Coach Menig is getting tired of that story. Mack is at the line for the Lady Rams. And 2 for 2 on that trip to the line for Tanaya Mack. It's Urbana basketball. They get it into Scott, and Scott dribbling up court. Around the three-point line, she keeps going, finds Raven Russell, and Russell draws the foul. So Russell will be headed to the line. She's got 7 points on the afternoon. She knocks down the first one. And the second one rattles out. So 1 for 2 on the line that trip for Raven Russell. And Peoria Manual had someone open right underneath the hoop and was not able to get it to go. Big shot there from Scott. She launches up a three, no good. It gets back out to Cheyenne again. She gets it over to Raven Russell. Russell driving inside now off her foot. And Peoria Manual out and running with Tanaya Mack. And Mack's going to finish. No. That one rolls out, goes into the hands of Scott, and they get another shot at it. But nothing going there for Peoria Manual Rams. So at the end of the first half, The Tigers up by 7. It's a 28-21 game here at Judge Green Court. Jason Liggett with you on the Tigers Media Network. We'll be back with more second half action. It's the Tigers up by 7, 28-21. We'll be back with the second half after this. Welcome back to Oscar Adams Gymnasium for the second half of this Big 12 Conference showdown here. It's the Urbana Tigers up 28-21 as we start off the second half over the Peoria Manual Rams. And foul called there. Tigers will have the ball out of bounds underneath their own basket. Cheyenne Scott on the baseline. She kicks it out to the top of the key to Raven Russell. Russell almost gets that one taken away, gains control, and back up with the layup. Nice recovery there from Russell. And she has her 10th point of the game. Tigers extend their lead to 9. Tanaya Mack up top. Drops back, and three-point attempt no good. Cheyenne Scott comes away with the rebound, and Tigers moving this one aggressively. They find Russell, and Russell at it again. Raven Russell with 12 points now, and Peoria Manual wants a timeout to talk things over. Tigers up by double digits. It's a 32-21 game. Tigers have come out guns blazing. They've scored 4 early on here in the third quarter, just 7:10 left to play. This is the first broadcast of our winter sports schedule for the Tigers Media Network, Urbana Public Television. We'll be back out at Urbana High School this coming Wednesday, December 11th. It's wrestling in action. Tri-meet against Danville and Mattoon. And then the next time we'll be out for girls basketball will be the spring semester, January 9th. They'll face off against Paxton Buckley Loda here at Oscar Adams Gymnasium. Coach Menig's team 1-3 on the season, looking for their second win here tonight against an 0-4 Peoria Manual team. And knocking that one down is Emiria Brownlee. For the Rams, they try to get that one inside to Russell again. Russell able to come up with it, tries to get it over to Scott, but no good. Peoria Manual takes that one away. And rebound and shot up from number 23, 0 for 2, 0 for 3. Well, she's a rebound machine, but not able to get a bucket there on that exchange. That's Nakia Boyd Anderson. Malaya Williams up top for the Rams. Williams kicks it to the near side and back to Williams. They get it over to Mack. And Mack now to Brownlee. Kicking around the three-point line, looking for the open person. And here's Mack. Drops back for 3, no good. Rebound, fighting for it, is number 21, and they're going to call a jump ball. Possession arrow in favor of the Urbana Tigers. Tigers get tripped up there, and Peoria Manual comes away with the ball, but not the bucket. Raven Russell, outlet pass to number 10 for the Tigers in Townsend Cooper. Townsend Cooper back up to Russell. Russell squares up for 3, and it is good. Raven Russell from downtown. 15 points on the afternoon for Russell. A two-pronged scoring attack here by the Tigers. Russell's got 15. Cheyenne Scott's got 17. The Tigers up by 11 again. It's 35-24. Three-point shot off the top of the backboard. Still Peoria Manual ball, and getting that bucket is Nakia Boyd Anderson. Raven Russell back and gets the easy layup. Urbana battles right back to maintain their 11-point lead here. 37-26, 5:16 left in the third quarter. So it looks like the offensive game plan in the second half for Coach Menig is get the ball to Raven Russell, and it's paying off so far. Wide open three there for Brownlee, not going to go. Cheyenne Scott with the rebound. She gets it ahead to Russell, and Russell battling for that ball. Whistle called, and it's going to be Urbana basketball now, so that whistle against Peoria Manual. And Boyd Anderson going to sit down for a break for the Rams. Cheyenne Scott going to inbound this one. Rainbow pass to Raven Russell, and Russell kicks it out top to Townsend Cooper. Here's Cooper driving in, and no whistle, no foul. They get it back out to Cheyenne Scott, or should I say it rather bounces back out to Cheyenne Scott at top of the key. 4:34 left here in the third. The Tigers up by 11. Tigers trying to set up their offense here. They get it to Bostic at the top of the key. Bostic back out to Townsend Scott. Scott driving inside. Townsend Cooper, rather. And rebound there from Bostic. She throws it back up. And foul called there. So Urbana really battling on that possession. And Cheyenne Scott going to take this ball out of bounds. And have a sub coming in. Entering the game is Mariana Williams for Peoria Manual. Eliana Scott was called for the travel there on the Tigers. Tigers pressuring here, and it might pay off. Ball's on the ground, and Peoria Manual wants to call a timeout to talk things over. So Rams basketball, 4:05 left in the third. Mack kicks it to the far side, and then it goes back up top to Mariana Williams. Williams back over to Mack, and now back to Mariana. Mariana gives it up to Malaya Williams. Malaya Williams to the near side. Number 21 pulls up, and that shot's no good. Williams gets the offensive rebound and draws the foul. So she's going to be headed to the free throw line as the Lady Rams try to close this 11-point gap. Tigers up by 11. They came out strong early on here in the second half. Jason Liggett alongside camera operator Andrew Scolari this afternoon at Oscar Adams Gymnasium. Mack misses the first one. Jump ball possession arrow in favor of Peoria Manual. Cheyenne Scott gets the rebound after a wild shot from Williams. They get this one ahead and laying that one in. It's good to go from Soraya Townsend Cooper. The Tigers increase their lead to 13, 39-26, 3:23 left to play here in the third. Good defense there by the Tigers. Mack throws it up, and it will be Urbana basketball as that one's out of bounds on the Lady Rams. Inbounding this one's Bostic. She gets into Scott. Will be Urbana basketball here. Scott set to inbound it. Scott looking down court and finds it in Kinsey Bostic. And another foul called there on the Rams. So you got to admire the Rams' tough defense on these inbound plays, but have resulted in fouls against them the last two go-rounds. Cheyenne Scott throws it to the backcourt and finds number 10, Soraya Townsend Cooper. Townsend Cooper, sophomore guard on Chris Menig's Urbana Tigers basketball team. Gets it to Bostic. Bostic almost loses it and does. That's Tanaya Mack on the defensive side of things, and she gets fouled. We'll see if they call this on Townsend Cooper or Bostic. They're going to call it on Bostic. Cheyenne Scott falls down and loses that ball. Lady Rams have it back again with 2:30 left to play. Wide open is Tanaya Mack. She misses that one, and pulling down the rebound is Bostic. She gets it out to Cheyenne Scott. Scott facing pressure, drives right through the defenders. Almost loses it again to Mack, and that one is called a jump ball. Is Mariana Williams and Townsend Cooper fighting over that one. Scott set to inbound it. Oh, and that one's overthrown. She was trying to find Eliana Scott, and she went one way and the ball went the other. Williams with the ball for the Lady Rams. Good pressure defense there from Elenia Scott. That one knocked out of play by Cheyenne Scott, and going to remain Lady Rams basketball with under 2 minutes to play here left in the third. Tigers up by 13. It's a 39-26 ball game. Tossing up the three and missing is Malaya Williams, and Cooper Townsend ahead for the Tigers. Sloppy bounce pass there, and it's intercepted by the Rams. Three-point basket is good for Peoria Manual's Malaya Williams. There's Cooper Townsend dribbling the ball, and she draws the foul. I think that one's going to go against Mariana Williams. Cheyenne Scott set to inbound the ball right below us. And she swaps out with Raven Russell. Cooper Townsend going to take a break on the bench. And foul called there, so a 1-and-1 situation as they're in the bonus. Cheyenne Scott at the line. And she gets that one to crawl in for her 18th point of the ball game. And let's stay on and make it 19. So 2 for 2 from the foul line on that trip for Cheyenne Scott. She leads all scorers with 19. Followed right behind her, her teammate, Raven Russell, with 17. Tigers up 41-29. Under a minute left to play here in the third. And knocking one down is Tanaya Mack from downtown. She brings the lead down to single digits. Foul called there on Urbana. That one's going to go against Gabriel Maboyo Meta. Malaya Williams, the senior guard, brings that one across the half-court line and gives it up to Mack. 15 seconds left to play here in the third. From downtown and missing the rim altogether on that one off the bottom of the backboard, and here comes the Tigers. 3 seconds left. They fire up a shot, no good, and that will do it for the third quarter. So the Tigers headed to the fourth and final quarter of today's game. They're up by 9. It's 41-32. Some big offensive play there from the Tigers, as they score 13 in the third quarter, led by the scoring efforts of Cheyenne Scott. And early on in that, Raven Russell was just throwing them up left and right, as she's got 17 on the afternoon. Hopeful that Urbana can hold on here in the fourth and get their second win of this young season here at Judge Green Court. Looking at the Peoria Manual Rams schedule, their next game will be a week away. They'll host Bloomington at Manual High School next Saturday, December 14th. They're still searching for their first win of the season. Ball on the ground, and that one's picked up by Maboyo Meta. She gets ahead to Tamaya Johnson, but it's swatted away and blocked by Peoria Manual. And a lane violation called there on Peoria Manual. And Scott back up for a 1-and-1. She knocks that one down to increase Urbana's lead to double digits once again, 42-32. And 2 for 2 on that trip to the line, or 2 for 3 rather, as a lane violation called, but regardless, 2 points in favor of the Tigers. Cheyenne Scott now has 21 on the afternoon, and Urbana up by 11, 43-32. 7:27 left to play here in the fourth. And headed to the line for Peoria Manual is Tanaya Mack, sophomore point guard. She's got 9 points on the afternoon. And make that an even 10. So with the Tigers up by 10 here, 7:27 left to play in the fourth. Timeout called. Cheyenne Scott going for the outlet pass, and she gets it. Touchdown throw there as she finds Kinsey Bostick. Went for the layup and gets fouled, so Bostick's going to be at the line here. She knocks down the first one. And Bostick certainly has been a presence on the floor this afternoon, but that's her first point of the game. And gets the second point of the game for Bostick. She's had a very good afternoon here. But when you have two people like Raven Russell and Cheyenne Scott, not much more scoring is needed. At least this afternoon that's been the case. Scott with 21. There's Bostick kicking it back out to Scott. Scott dribbling down, throws one up, and does not get it to go. So here's Tanaya Mack. Gives it up to Williams. Williams with an air ball right into the hands of Bostick, and Bostick up to Scott, and Scott finds Russell. Russell with the layup and doesn't get it to go either. It will remain Urbana ball here as Williams bobbled that one a little bit, so inbounding this one will be Cheyenne Scott with a 12-point lead here for Urbana. She gets it into Russell. Russell back out to Scott. Scott fires away the three off the mark. Tanaya Mack answers with a three of her own, and she's off the mark. That ball in the hands of Raven Russell, and Russell kicks it out to Cooper Townsend. Townsend tries to find Russell back, and breaking it up is Mack. Mack goes all the way to lay it in, bring the gap back to 10 points, 45-35 in favor of Urbana. Here's Cooper Townsend, gets some commands from Coach Chris Menig. Cheyenne Scott taking her time, driving in the middle, and a foul is called. Scott gets the first one to fall. And the second one as well. So Cheyenne Scott increases the Tigers' lead back to 12. Tiana Mack tries to answer back for Peoria Manual. She gets it out to Brownlee and sends it over to Williams, and Williams driving in draws the foul. So Malaya Williams, the senior guard for the Lady Rams, headed to the line. Mack trying to drive that one in. Pulling down the rebound is Bostic. They get it out to Townsend Cooper. And here's Soraya. Tries to feed inside to Bostic, but that one broken up by Mack. Going to be a jump ball. Looks like possession arrow is in favor of the Tigers. Urbana with their biggest lead of the afternoon at 15. As we see Williams called for the travel, 51-36. Tigers lead with 4:50 left here in the fourth. Will be Urbana basketball, and set to inbound it in front of the Lady Rams bench is Kinsey Bostic. Full timeout called here by Coach Chris Menig. He wants to draw something up for the Tigers to run. For more information on Urbana High School athletics, you can visit their website, il.8to18.com/Urbana. Check out team rosters and team schedules. Find out when your Urbana High School athletes are going to be back in action. That's il.8to18.com/Urbana. Cheyenne Scott looking for another football throw there, and it's intercepted by Mack. Mack pulls up jumper, no good. Rebound to the Lady Rams. Battling for the rebound, and the Rams come away with it. That's Williams out front. She's being guarded by Scott. Williams back to the basket now. Tosses it over to Mack, and Mack down low and finds 21 in the corner for the three. 51-39 now. Tigers still in front. Townsend Cooper throws one up, no good, and rebound in the hands of Lady Rams, and they call a jump ball, possession arrow to Peoria Manual. Pull-up jumper from three-point land. Malaya Williams, no good. It's Urbana basketball. 3:56 left to play here in the fourth. With Urbana up by 12. Amelia Brownlee gets it over to Mack. And now it's in the hands of Malaya Williams. Back to Brownlee. Williams kicks it out. Another three-point shot by number 21 of the Lady Rams, and she knocks it down. 51-42. Rams on a 6-0 run here. And that starts some chatter on the bench of Peoria Manual. And foul called there on Amelia Brownlee. That's her fourth foul of the afternoon. And at the line is Cheyenne Scott. Scott misses the first one. The Tigers are in double bonus here, so she'll get a second one. And misses that one. Some rare misses there from Cheyenne at the free throw line. Travel called on the Tigers, and it's going to be Peoria Manual ball. 3:14 left to play here in the fourth. They trail by 9. Williams gives that one up to Mack and back to Williams. Pull-up jumper is good for Tanaya Mack and the Rams. Being double-teamed there, and that one's going to go out of bounds on Bostic. Peoria Manual starting to come alive here as they've trimmed the Tigers' 15-point lead down to 7. Menning wants to call a timeout to talk things over, get things back under control here. Tigers have been up the majority of the game, and they want to keep it that way. Mariana Williams set to inbound this one for the Lady Rams. She gives it to the backcourt and finds Malaya Williams. Malaya Williams kicks it off to Mack, who gives it back to Mariana. Mariana, top of the key. Mack driving in. Throws up a floater, and that rebound in the hands of Raven Russell. Russell needs some help here, and she finds it. And that one, Soraya Townsend Cooper came to the aid, but then gets the ball swatted away from Mack, but it will remain Urbana basketball here. Cheyenne Scott double teamed, tries to make some room and does so. Here's Kinsey Bostic. Bostic over to the near side, and Raven Russell. Russell gets it out to Scott. Menig says slow things down. Scott throws up a three. 54-44. Tigers up by 10. 2 minutes left to play here in this one. Well, thankfully Scott made that three. Otherwise, Chris Menning wouldn't be too happy right now. Still don't know if he's entirely happy, but Tigers up by 10 with under 2. But answering right back with a three of her own is Malaya Williams and the Lady Rams. 1:40 left to play. Tigers really want to click some ticks off this clock, so slow things down. There's no shot clock, and you can see Menig in the background saying, slow it down, slow it down. Foul called on Peoria Manual. So a 7-point game, 1:25 left in the fourth. Tigers up 54-47, and it's always nice to score when the clock is not ticking here. Cheyenne Scott misses that one, so she was lights out from the free throw line, and these last two trips just haven't been her best showing. She does have 26 points on the afternoon. And misses that one. Coming up with a big rebound there is number 33 for the Tigers, Zaneria Edwards. Jump ball is called. Possession arrow goes to Urbana. Kinsey Bostic gets this one into Scott. Scott fires one up from three and makes it. And Menig can just laugh. He's saying slow things down. We don't need to do anything, but she wants some points. She's got 29 of them. Scott gives that one up to Townsend Cooper, and Townsend Cooper now dribbling around, back up to Scott. Scott throws up another one and draws the foul. So under a minute to play here. 58.7, Tigers up by 10, 57-47. Cheyenne Scott going for 30 here at the line. Another big-time scorer for the Tigers is Raven Russell. She's got 21 this afternoon. And there's Scott. Breaks the 0 for 5 streak. Knocks one down at the line, and she's got 30 points. Leads all scorers. The Tigers up by 11, 58-47. Jump ball there. Possession arrow to Peoria Manual. Rainbow shot there, no good. A lot of arc. Raven Russell pulls down the rebound, gets it ahead to Townsend Cooper. Townsend Cooper driving inside, and that one goes out of bounds on Cooper and will be Peoria Manual ball. In the corner, 21, no good there. Here's Soraya. Soraya dribbling around, throws up a layup and gets it to go. Soraya Williams with 6 points this afternoon. Solid game from her. Here's Mack trying to answer back with a three. Off the rim, and here's Cooper throwing up another wild layup, but not getting that one to go. Will remain Urbana ball here. 11.2 left in this one. The Tigers up by 13. They're looking for their second win of the season. There's Soraya, misses it. And there to rebound it is number 11, Kinsey Bostic. She's had a big game. And that'll do it. So the Tigers start off kind of rough, but as do the Peoria Manual Rams. Urbana really came into their own this second half. They're going to win this one 62-47. Leading scorers this afternoon, number 23 Cheyenne Scott with 30 points, number 14 Raven Russell with 21. And And that's all the Tigers needed. A great showing from the supporting cast as well. Urbana wins this one 62-47. For my camera operator, Andrew Scolari, I am Jason Liggett. Thanks so much for joining us, and we'll see you next time on the Tigers Media Network.